First of all, let's do Warhammer 40k, the new gameplay they dropped for that.
Tyranids have the orbital guns.
These unrelenting attacks make a counteroffensive difficult.
We shall take care of that.
So already, I think audio design, graphically, it looks pretty good. Thematically, it's perfect. You can see these are standard, like normal human beings. Space Marines are like built and crafted, genetically modified to be giants, basically. And so you get a sense of scale right off the bat. In terms of other info, we have grenades. It looks like maybe an ultimate ability where you can like rage or something. I don't know. And then you have your bolter, and then maybe a healing item down there on the bottom right. But in terms of scale, it's about right. It's about right. We'll see what the enemies look like. To be fair, I've seen little snippets of all of this stuff. I've purposely not looked at pretty much anything from Gamescom. It was a very busy day on Wednesday. We were gonna do like, or Tuesday, whenever it was. Tuesday. Whenever it was. We just didn't have internet for like an entire day from like 9 a.m. to, I think it came back on at like 8 p.m. We just didn't have any internet because a fiber optic cable got cut or something. I don't know. It was really dumb.
These unrelenting attacks make a counteroffensive difficult.
We shall take care of that.
Also, the cloth physics. Not many games nowadays weirdly have cloth physics. They have like paired rigged animations for the cloth, but it's not true cloth simulations anymore. So this seemingly supports it. Now, this is being published by Focus Entertainment. Focus Entertainment, they've been killing it recently. They are the masters of the AA game right now. They really know how to pick the projects, and they've just been doing a great job with it. The Plague Tale games, they're behind those. And I think Plague Tale Requiem was one of the best games last year. So as far as I'm concerned, they know what they're doing. Usually their games review at like the 7 to 8 out of 10 range, but are still like very, like they're worth playing. They might not be winning any Game of the Year awards, but that allows them to go in and appeal to more niche groups. But already, I mean, looking at just the lighting on this guy over here, it is very precise. All of this seems very, very well done. And I'm guessing all hell is about to break loose when the Tyranids come down the hill. So let's see. What is this for? I believe this, I'm imagining this is captured on PC. But I believe it is running on a PC, but I believe it's also coming to PS5 and Xbox Series as well. It might also be last gen compatible too. I don't know. Can somebody check that in chat?
Fighter! We've got more incoming from the east!
Move to reinforce the eastern flank. You, go with him.
We will assist in the defense.
Very good, my lord.
Dude, look at the actual, like, the fumes and smoke coming out of the jetpack. Can you guys see that? It's not jetpack. I'm going to get crucified for saying jetpack. Look at this. Like, just look at, they're actually simulating it, and you can see the like heat distortion. That's very detailed. I wasn't ready for that. Okay. Oh, baby. I'm paying attention now. Oh, look at him.
We will see about that. I hope you're keeping score, brother. Oh, I am. Here they come.
Just to put it in perspective, each one of these bullets he's firing from that bolter is like the size of a bean burrito from Taco Bell.
Reload. Intelligence reports multiple swarms closing in.
Direct us to them.
Sending coordinates to your Auspex display.
Burrito gun. Yeah, dude. Okay, slight diatribe. I'm just going to say it because it needs to be said for the sake of humanity. Apparently, you can't order a steak quesarito at Taco Bell anymore. You have to order it like through their app or something. Otherwise, you can't order it. And they won't even make it for you if you walk up to the store and try to buy it. They don't even let them press the button on the computer if you walk up. You have to do it like through the app or something. It's insane. It is anti-consumer, and I'm ready to riot because steak quesaritos are the only reason you should go to Taco Bell.
This will serve me well.
My lord, we are preparing an airstrike. Can you hold the enemy in place until it hits?
Consider it done.
Just look at the swarms of Tyranids coming down. Oh man. Also in 40k lore, the Tyranids are mortifying. Like all this craziness is happening and it's like, okay, I think we can push the Tyranids back. We're doing okay. Well, everybody in the universe of 40k thought that like all of the Tyranids were coming from one cluster and they just kind of were coming through maybe a wormhole or I don't know what they call it, but like they're coming through this portal in this spot. But now in the lore, they're also coming from the edges of the known galaxy, universe, whatever. Meaning that the groups that they've been dealing with so far, so like all of these swarms, are probably just the scouting parties. The real fellas are yet to even show up. So it's like insane. I'm very excited to see where it goes. You think there's going to be other enemies like Chaos Marines, Orcs, Eldar? I think it would be cool if they made an appearance. I'm not expecting that. I think this is just going to be Space Marines and Tyranids. Keep it simple. But hopefully if this does really well, they get greenlit to make another game where they can start to throw those in. I think having like orcs in a game would be freaking hilarious. And I mean, think of the meme potential. Because if you're not familiar, in the universe of 40k, orcs are just the most outrageous, silly groups ever. Like there's a story in the lore. Well, let me back up a little. Orcs have this weird thing like the power of belief and imagination. So if they think something is the case, it is the case. Magically, it just is. So if they believe that this pile of rocks and sticks and duct tape that kind of vaguely looks like a car is a car and will operate like a car, if they believe it, it will be a car. It will operate as a car. So all of their models are built on like trash that they've assembled, but they believe it will work. And so it does. And there's also stories in the lore where like, there's I don't remember who it was, but there's like a soldier at the end of a hallway, a long hallway, and he's being charged by swaths of orcs and he's firing at them, taking them out one by one, and they're getting hit and dropping dead. But he runs out of ammo, and thinking quickly, he starts yelling, bang, 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 and yelling it. And because they believe they're being shot, they actually drop dead as if they've been shot because they believed it was the case. So it was. But then the people behind them realize he's just yelling, or the orcs behind him realize he's just yelling bang. And then they don't believe it anymore and they become invulnerable to it. And so they charge him and take him out. So they sound like they'd be flat earthers, probably. So orcs are just outrageously fun. And there's all sorts of ridiculous things that can happen with their power of imagination. But they're the meme army in 40k. There are many, many others that are just freaking badass that would be so cool for a video game like, Angron, like the World Eaters. This whole army, like they can just be summoned back from the dead. So like imagine a gigantic dragon Primarch mini god with armies of highly trained soldiers that you have to take down that can also just be like summoned back to life. Like it would be so cool. There's so much potential in the world of 40k for video games and stuff. I'm shocked we haven't seen more of it, but hopefully games like this start to get more and more successful and they're starting to get more attention, and then they get greenlit for bigger, production budgets and crazier stuff happens.
not one of them standing.
You guys are right, though. It does kind of have that Gears of War vibe to it. Oh, it's juicy. Yeah, why haven't they done more of these? They mostly have done RTSs. I think they mistakenly thought that because 40K is a tabletop RPG, that type of turn-based combat is all the fans would want. And that's just not the case. There are people that are really interested in the universe that frankly don't like the turn-based stuff and the slower gameplay and would love a sort of Gears of War styled version of this. So I think the fan base is bigger than they realize it is, or more varied, I guess. Oh, imagine Larian doing Warhammer though. Oh, don't even get me started. I will cream. Don't even get me started. I'm so sorry. Airstrike. Clean up.
Direct hit, Major.
Yeah, baby.
The eighth never miss.
Tread carefully. The spores detonate when threats draw near.
Then let us take the advantage and destroy them.
So,
Reload.
my main point of interest and my questions around this are tied up in like long-term progression. Because this being a co-op game, I presume you're going to be going through a lot of these levels, you know, repeatedly. You're going to be doing a lot of the same stuff over and over again. So my question is, like, are you upgrading your guns as you get more and more experienced in the levels and in the fights that you're going to be going through? Like, what does this game look like after 50 hours compared to after 5, you know? That's what I'm interested in. I've watched the Astarias videos so many times. Yeah, dude, those are so freaking well done. It's insane. But I agree. I also, the lore is crazy.
Reloading.
Oh,
There they are. The orbital guns.
orbital guns, baby. It's like in Star Wars Episode 5 on Hoth with the weird boob cannon.
Deploying frag grenade.
For a gigantic super soldier, he throws that like
Reloading weapon.
an infant. Just kind of like chuck that bitch.
Angels! We're saved.
I mean, they seem to have done a really great job with the animation and cloth physics of what you're going to be staring at through most of the game. I mean, the armor suits.
Open the gate. Yes, my lord.
Lord.
The gates.
If this guy tells you open the gates, you open the damn gates. I don't know how it fits in with the first game. I don't know.
You will serve your emperor, soldier. Into position, men. Do not let them surround you.
Oh, just an ocean of them.
Trying to get up here. Take them down.
I wonder if they asked like Team Asobo for help getting the swarms working. Because that's also under Focus Entertainment. I know that they're separate studios, but I wonder if that was something that happened. Because it's very similar to the rats in Plague Tale. Oh God!
The remains of the swarm. Artemis, they will all get these gates closed. We must focus on taking down the hive.
There's so many!
Do not relent in your attacks. We are wasting time. Proceed through the gates. Need to never seen orcs do that. Easier to kill. You have yet to see the worst of them.
Yeah, Henry is such a diehard fan. I don't think he would commit if it wasn't looking like he could do what he wanted to do with it. And so I agree. The fact that he's involved gives me a lot of comfort. Didn't Saber make World War Z? I think you are right. Yeah, they did. So that very well could be it. They just used the same tech from that.
Changing magazine.
It's also just for anybody interested in 40K, it is a very good time to get into it. They just, with 10th edition, simplified a lot of stuff. Not in a bad way. It's just more approachable. Like, it used to be that you had to basically memorize a book to be able to play. And now, it's much more approachable. Later today, actually, I'm going over to Caleb's place, and we're going to be playing.
Reloading weapon.
A part of me wishes Arnold Schwarzenegger voiced an Ultramarine. Dude, that would be great. That seems like a match made in heaven. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised we never got like an 80s movie with Arnold at his peak. This started in the 80s, I believe. It was like 83 or 84.
Changing magazine.
I can't tell if that was a door knock or not. Someone there? No, I think somebody dropped something upstairs. Dude, I mean, it looks pretty fire. It looks pretty fire. Now, this is the original, and it's kind of broken now. So a lot, like the servers don't work, the online connectivity doesn't really work. But this is the first game. And I tried to play it, I don't know, last year or 2 years ago or something with Caleb. And I just couldn't really, I mean, it was just broken. Like, we had to sit in a queue for like ages. Oh, here's some orcs. But you see, like, that whole thing, the whole reason that all of this works is because they believe it works. It probably is just held together with duct tape and glue, but it's just funny. He took my thing.